One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome, everyone, to Allegiant Stadium, home of the Raiders, right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Fresno State will kick it off, and we will be underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So UNLV's offense will have the football first. Last week was a tape they'd rather just put right in the dumpster and forget about it. David, how does a guy bounce back from a game like the one he had last week?
Well, hopefully he burned that tape, because that was not pretty. That was not what they're wanting to do, man. Just turning the football over, not enough productive plays. And so how do you bounce back? How do you get started in this football game? Jesse, make it easy. Get him in a rhythm. Don't make it very complicated. Don't give him a chance to turn it over again. You don't need to put this losing streak to another digit in the column.
Yeah, I agree. I think there was two big things. I think, one, he was just pressing. He was trying to force the big play to happen when there were other completions to be had. So he's just got to do a better job being patient. And I think the guys around him also have to step up as well. They need to run the football. They need to get that control passing game going on early to get into a rhythm, as you said, to help this guy get into a good headspace here early and turn the page from what happened the last time out.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. So Fresno State's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. When you look at the matchups in the passing game, you might think that this guy's going to be overmatched at corner, but I think he's really looking for the opportunity to prove that he can match up with one of the nation's best.
Yeah, and this receiver always wants the ball. He especially wants it, though, today, considering what he's up against. He told us coming into this game that he should be able to dominate and get a lot of looks. This defense is going to have to find ways creatively to get this guy matched up and covered. They're probably not going to be able to do it with just one guy with that corner out there, David, because this receiver is a difference maker.
No, and this isn't a great secondary, but they're going to have to play a great game. And this challenge is big because he's a superstar. So let's make sure we don't give up the big plays. Maybe play a little bit deeper than normal. Sometimes get a little bit physical. This secondary has a tremendous challenge on their hands.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to get behind the defense. Makes a catch at the 20. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. He's no stranger to the end zone. His 50th career touchdown grab.
Doesn't matter who's calling plays. Doesn't matter who the quarterback is. You throw this guy's direction if you want to win games. He is a difference maker. He's one of the best in the nation. 50 touchdown catches is incredible.
It's just incredible production and just sustained production consistently week in and week out in the lineup. You know, you're going to throw him the football. You know exactly what you're going to get. What an unbelievable number to hit.
They'll send the back in motion. And it's caught for the 2, and they have an 8-0 lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Running into the open space. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
This is one of the things that's hard about stopping the option. That wasn't a big game, but you look up, and they're in 2nd and short, 2nd and medium. They put you behind the sticks consistently as a defense. This defense has to be aggressive, make sure they get to this quarterback, and make him make quick decisions.
And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Dropping back, it's Nielsen. Quick completion on the out route. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
It's hard to...
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Wants to fire on second down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Hauls it in. And he's not going to be able to convert. Knocked down just inches shy of the first down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. Oh, he missed it. No good. That one could have helped out a bit there, guys, but still an 8-point game. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. Wants to go up top on first down. He fires one deep over the middle. He's got it on the outside. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Fresno State. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing, to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Rebels offense is back on the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Fires to the tight end. Breaks into the open. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. And the Rebels now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking downfield, it's Nielsen. Fires left. It's complete. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. The Rebels are on the move. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Looking downfield on first down. Firing to the right, complete. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. 2nd down coming up. They're working that left side. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rounding to the football?
On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. This offense gets into plus territory. They're going to go for it regardless of their field goal kicker's range. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Looking to throw on first down. Zings it complete to the right. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll try the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, second and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's third down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quickly complete. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Rebels. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into it.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step one to getting them back in the ballgame.
16, UNLV.
Let's see what he can do with the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. He unleashes a long one. Snags it on the right. He's showing it all, the juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. He might want another play. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Snagged in the middle. It's Hawkins. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He's got it, and he will score. Touchdown, Fresno State.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
He's looking to throw. Here comes the heat. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. UNLV is ready to go back to work on offense. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. Finding open areas. Turning it on. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. One play in this drive, and already out to the 41. It's 1st down. Back to throw, it's Nielsen. He lets it fly. It's caught. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. That big play flipped the field. Now they go to work from just outside the red zone. From the shotgun, the inside give. And he is just engulfed in the line by this giant defensive tackle. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Makes the catch. It's Diggs. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Racing to the right. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Bulldogs. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
That's such a great job by the defense because they never quit on the play. Yeah, they gave up a completion, but did you see them swarm to it, rip the ball out? They're able to scoop it, score. That is an unbelievable effort play by the defense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. To the ground with the back. Picks up the 1st down, still moving. Oh, and what a move, what a juke, and he makes it past the marker. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. So you get stuffed on first down, and now you have the offensive coordinator thinking a little bit.
Yeah, we're probably going to have to throw it now on this second play. But what are we going to see defensively? Now that they know we're throwing, might they blitz us? Do I have to leave more guys in to block? There's a real cat and mouse game going on right now between these two coaching staffs.
Looking to throw, it's Nielsen. Gets it to him on the screen. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Working the middle. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. And the Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Bringing the heat. Going to take a shot. He's got it on the left. Wide open spaces. Touchdown Bulldogs. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
UNLV 7.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. They use the end around, first play of the drive. That'll get the eyes moving. That did not fool anybody. The defense right there to knock him down for the big loss. The Rebels with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to pass, it's Nielsen. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. And the Rebels will call on their punt team. Let's see what he can do with it. He's got great speed. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same.
Got it in stride inside the 20. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. Snaps it in the shotgun. Trying to bull his way in. Touchdown, Fresno State. The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finish the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
UNLV 7.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Diggs. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. What will they dial up on 2nd, and a long way to go? The lone back's got it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Fires to the wideout. Pulls it in. It's Diggs. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. The Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds a tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. And the Rebels headed quickly to the line. Dropping back, it's Nielsen. Oh, they're after him! And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They punt it away on 4th down. Touchdown, Fresno State. Special teams coming through, the 3rd aspect of the game, delivering big time. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful first 2 quarters of football there today in Vegas. And it's clear the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this 2nd half.
Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Looking to throw on 1st down. Gonna take a shot. He's got it down the right side. There he goes. He's at the... And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again, and with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score of the season.
Looking downfield, it's Rasmussen. Grabbed in the middle, it's Casey. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. Gives it on the option. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster. The Rebels will punt this one away. This will be the 5th kick of the night. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. And he is knocked down immediately. Brave to try the return, though the coach might have preferred a fair catch. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. The throw. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Buys a little extra time. Looking for his man in the middle. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd. Trying to pick up a 1st down. third down. He'll try to pick it up through the air. He'll take another shot here. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Catch in the middle, it's Hawkins. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
He's got the two-point conversion, and they build on that lead. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd.
UNLV-7.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Rebels offense is back on the field. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. Caught over the middle, it's Kane. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. And the Rebels with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Tight end now in motion. They'll keep it on the ground. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And these short yardage situations, it all comes down to the up front. Like, who can win the battle up front? Can you get a hat on the hat? And they do. This offensive line, they get on the D-line, they create just enough space, understand short yardage situation, fall forward, and get a first down.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Shoots it to the left. Picked it off, and this defense really needed something to go right. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Vegas. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
This guy really is the complete linebacker. Not only is he physical, and not only can he play downhill to stop the run, this guy is a weapon in pass coverage. You saw it on that play. What can't this guy do?
He'll try to tack on one more. Bangs it through for an extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, who knows how things are going to finish up in the Big Ten this season, but this is a game to keep in mind. USC put together a breathtaking performance inside the Coliseum. And how do you not liken it to the way Leinart and Bush and Lendale White and Dwayne Jarrett?
Touchdown, Fresno State! The hidden yardage, the big plays, special teams coming through. He is a field-flipping machine. Take it on one end, return it to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense. We always talk about offense. But, man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
UNLV 14.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. UNLV is ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. Under fire. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Rebels trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll run play action. The short hands, it's Kane. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. It'll be 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Rasmussen. Takes a hit as he fires. Got the big tight end on the corner route. All kinds of room to the right. A massive pickup on that one, and they're in business at the 21. This offense has to be feeling it after that last one, and they'll snap it 1st and 10 just outside the 20. He's going to take off. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. On the run, it's Kane. He stopped right at the 15-yard line. Needed a little bit more to move the chains. Chip shot field goal from here, but will they go for it on 4th down? And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. Just drives it between the uprights. Well, they got 3 back, but that's about all you can say about it.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. He's going for the big play. Reels it in down the left side. Finds some room. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Fresno State. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
UNLV 17.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Motion from the wideout. Back to throw, it's Rasmussen. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. He just terrorizes quarterbacks, his 30th career sack.
And that's an amazing number, 30 sacks, because a lot of guys get sacks early in their careers, and then coordinators figure it out and then start double-teaming them and sliding and chipping, and then their numbers come down. This guy, though, David, has never stopped.
And it's got to be
Picked off. What a play to set him up. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. One final play before the end of the quarter. Wants to throw on 1st down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Makes the catch along the left sideline, and that is a big pickup. That's the end of the period. Fresno State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Starting off this quarter, close enough to smell the goal line. Wants to pass. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Bulldog! And they take it in for 6 more points. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Rebels offense is back on the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight?
Oh, it's just plowing ahead. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
A huge game. Probably would have loved to say this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and had a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, if I'm going to need these runs, I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chucking the football.
And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35. And the Rebels have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Dropping back, it's Rasmussen. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defense.
He lost it high and deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Rebels line up to punt it away. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6th time tonight. No fair catches here, looking for room. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. A dynamic, explosive return. The sliver of daylight exploding through it, just vaporizing and reappearing on the other side and housing it.
And punt returners are so quick. You could play touch football in an elevator with them and lose. You can't even get your hand on those. So quick, so elusive. That's such a great job making people miss, but still going full speed up the field to get all the way to the end zone and score the TD.
3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. It's Rasmussen. He's got it down the middle. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
Catch in the middle, it's Casey. That'll be enough for the 1st down, and they'll mark it at the 48. And the Rebels are marching down the field. They'll run it. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. The gift to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, this running back has struggled to find anywhere to go, and I think one reason why is this linebacker and his speed. He did a great job there identifying where the ball was going to go. He didn't let anybody block him. Made his way to...
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. The Rebels decide to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Hauls it in and looking upfield. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the...
There he goes. He's inside the 40, the 20, the 10. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the Oak.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. UNLV is ready to go back to work on offense. They they hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. The give to the back. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. And the Rebels will have it 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Rasmussen. And the throw out to the sideline. Good, just a few yards.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking. And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They've dominated this football.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. That one's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be dead at the 35-yard line. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Final minute. This game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they're able to go out, execute.
Breaks into the open. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. The Bulldogs will hustle to the line. On the option. Now the toss. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Unleashes one. Finds his man open. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. They'll run it on 1st and goal. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
They'll try to follow that last touchdown with an onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
To throw, it's Rasmussen. Going to throw it over the top of the D. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field.
Throws toward the end zone. And the pass will be incomplete, looking for a little window dressing at the end, but the ball game is over. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out.